So we suddenly take back every bad thing we said about potato Ricky Spielman. We were emotional when the Vikings were on the clock at 14. And hey, you had your guy right there. You had Christian Darrisaw. You had Elijah Vera Tucker. The board broke about as good as it possibly could, given that two cornerbacks and Micah Parsons were off the board. So Zimmer couldn't be like, So the Vikings easily could have stuck and picked a great offensive lineman, Christian Darrisaw, namely. But then Spielman traded down, got 2 third-round picks, number 14 overall, as well as the last fourth-round pick went to the Jets, and the Vikings traded down to 23. And it was a frustrating hour. I'm not going to lie, just sitting there, it's like, okay, now the Vikings are going to miss out on some tier 1 offensive line help. Watch AVT, who the Jets drafted at 14, turn into the next Quentin Nelson, and we'll just be stoic again. But the board broke miraculously again for the Vikings, where teams with significant offensive line needs, the Raiders, Washington, Giants, Colts, and Titans, all passed on tackles not named Christian Darrisaw. Raiders even took Alex Leatherwood at 17, and the Vikings landed the pride of Virginia Tech. Wow. Amazing. So maybe it's luck, maybe it's skill. Either way, the Vikings moved down 9 spots and secured a tier 1 offensive lineman that, again, would have been perfectly fine taking up at 14. And you get 2 extra picks for essentially the cost of a 4th rounder. So, wow. Let's talk about Darrisaw today. 6'5", 314, former 3-star recruit from Upper Marlboro, Maryland. Had a post-grad year at Fork Union Military Academy before joining up with the Hokies 2018. Was plopped in the starting left tackle role as a true freshman and never looked back, baby. Started 35 games on the blind side. As a junior this season, posted a 95.6 PFF grade, second best tackle in college football, while only allowing 6 pressures, 0 sacks, and 1 penalty. Also posted a 94.5 PFF run blocking grade, which is the best for a tackle in 2020. Hokies and Khalil Herbert and company ran for 2,658 yards this season, and he also shut down big-time competition. Chris Rump II had 0 sacks versus Darrisaw over 3 years. Stonewall's Miami's Jalen Phillips in 2020, even though Phillips generally rushes from the left side. Also allowed 0 pressures, 0 sacks against Greg Rousseau when they were matched up in 2019. Pros, length, absolute length monster, has size as well, very well proportioned frame, can also add some good weight. Movement skills, he'd be an asset in the zone scheme, can also block with power as well. And anchor, he's up there with Penny Sewell. He's not going to be bull rush, and is also great resetting after the first punch. Hands, notably hands, are great. Very technique refined. Head into the NFL. Solid punch is going to disrupt the path of speed rushers. Plus, the anchor is going to be able to sit down, as we talked about. Strength, upper body strength checks the boxes. Lower body is where he's going to make his money. Able to play low with great leverage. Experience, 3-year starter in the ACC. Also had that post-grad year out of high school, so he is rock solid, ready to go. Cons, we don't want to say that there are none, but it's hard to find a major hole in his game. He's athletic, great movement skills and balance. The anchor is good. He's scheme agnostic, can block man, can block zone, and the dude will block to the last part of the whistle. Like, I know that people have just labeled Darrisaw as finesse. No. And it's weird that he did not get more hype in the draft process, because I know that Slater got a ton of love. Leatherwood even got drafted before Darrisaw. ABT, a guard, got drafted before him as well. But I am happy as a clam that this magically worked out. Now, I would have certainly bet against it, that the Vikings could have moved down 9 spots, passed on Darrisaw, and he miraculously would have been there running through that gauntlet of tackle-needy teams, notably the Colts and the Titans. But man. And I understand that Ezra Cleveland last year was seen as a great left tackle prospect, but sorry, Ezra. Darrisaw is going to be your starting left tackle. We'll move Ezra to left guard, take advantage of more of his movement skills, and this is a great start. This is an absolute great start, and the Vikings still have 10 friggin' draft picks remaining. They have 4/3, they have 3/4, still have 2/5, so they can certainly get after it. Now they can stick and pick in the meat of that 3rd round, end of day 2, and add a lot more talent. Notably, hey, how about another guard? How about a Ben Cleveland? How about a Trey Smith? Or they can maneuver, get into that 2nd round, and get the guy that they really want, as opposed to letting the board break their way, which, the board certainly could, but I think the Vikings may have used up their one times a couple too many times, because the board broke perfect at 14. It broke even more perfecter, not a word, at 23. And even though it was an emotional time between 14 and 23, the Vikings still got their guy. They got extra draft capital, and they made a big step in fixing the offensive line. Kirk Cousins finally could have some protection. Darrisaw is going to be great in the run game as well. And the Vikings, wow. Props to Spielman. Props to the scouting department. Now, let's go with Christian Darrisaw. Let's get it going. But your thoughts, Vikings taking Christian Darrisaw at 23. Let us know in the comments section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support that work, post on the Venmo. But until next time, Skol, production value.